Hello, Saren! Welcome in, Raiders! How was your stream? What were you up to today? Hi, Tigress. Okay. Hello, Mia. Hello, Allison. Hello, Liz. Hello, Saren. Welcome in, y'all. I went to Joann's for the last time because they're closed. And remember when I told you that the cross stitch thread was like 13 cents and I should have bought it then? And then my friend was like, oh, it might even be on a better sale on Friday. The cross stitch thread was gone. All of it. Except for like a little box that had a lot of, like a couple of colors. All of it was gone. So James was like, I have off tomorrow. And he doesn't know. I don't know if he's listening. Are you listening? Not really? Cool. But I kind of wanted to go to the Joann's that's down by his base and see if they had if they have any thread still. You finished 3 Trees of Life? Wow. Are they like for anyone, or were you just making trees of life? I do have a little mini haul to show you all. If you like seeing hauls from craft stores, don't go anywhere. I'll show it to you. So Liz, Saren, if you want to see some crafty things. Anyone else who came in on that raid. Yeah, I mean, so you can call. It's just not guaranteed that anyone will pick up. Oh, St. Jude fundraiser trees. That's so fun. Restock 2 goes. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. We are going to do some kind of like celebration about our total. This is not our actual total. So Tigress and Petrichor mentioned watching the VOD back. If you weren't here yesterday, let's give you all a quick little rundown of what happened. I started stream, like I went live, and I noticed that oh, wait, Saren, before you end up going anywhere, would you want to co-stream with me one day? Liz, you're welcome to as well, if you're still here. But one of my goals was co-streaming with friends, and I already have Lumi. Lumi is down to do it, and I figured I'd ask you and I'd ask Liz if she wants to as well, but I thought we could all maybe like cross-stitch, because we're all cross-stitchers, and I thought maybe we could all work on like a project or something, and we could pick a day that works and we could all stream together and chat and talk about cats and life, and all of us are cross stitchers and all of us have cats. I just realized that. Anyway. So Liz, I don't know if you're lurking, but I'd love to include you in on that too. And if you're not lurking, I shall DM you later. I always forget to like ask you. Everyone find a cat cross stitch to work on, right? Yeah. So yesterday started off with me coming on, and I had this total up. This total is not correct. All right, this is gonna change, and that's heartbreaking. But we had been 2 days ago over 5,000 lifetime race for St. Jude, and when I went to go live, I noticed that we were under 4,000. We were under 5,000. We were at like 4,000 something. And I went, well, that's not right. And then I looked at our goal, and we had been $200 away from $2,000. And all of a sudden, we were now back under 1,700 because we had met that goal. We had done the played up game that was already like, we unlocked it. It was great. We were working towards the last one. And all of a sudden we were now back working. And I'm like, wait, what is happening? So I went and I opened Tiltify. And the other day we had someone new come in. And they donated quite a bit not in small increments, if you will, because $100, $250 and all that, that's not small, but they donated over $1,000 total. So they were small increments in comparison to the vast amount that they donated. And so I logged into Tiltify. Yeah, it was several separate transactions. So I went into Tiltify, and sure enough, I knew that at one point they had donated $250, and that donation was gone. And there was another donation at the end that was like $25 or something, and in parentheses they had written down like goal achieved or something like that, and that one was gone. And I reached out to my friend Rochella, who's a streamer who has also done fundraising. And I was like, has this ever happened to you? Like, what's going on? And she's like, unfortunately, people can like dispute the charges. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, Tiltify is non-refundable? Because I even remember saying to James after that person had donated all that money, I was like, thank goodness it's through Tiltify. Because, like, it won't go away. Like, if it was just a donation, like, to, say, like, when I've done, like, a Ko-fi thing or something like that, I would be worried about them pulling it out. But I was like, oh, no, with Tiltify, it's non-refundable. Evidently, there have been a couple of cases of credit card fraud, especially around the St. Jude fundraising, where people have been using stolen credit cards to donate to fundraisers. And so as of right now, again, they donated like $1,000. As of right now, I think only 400 of that has come back out. So again, that number will change. My total lifetime will change. All of that will change. But finding out that all of a sudden $1,000 that I thought was going to St. Jude wasn't, I was distraught. I was sobbing on stream. Like, I just, forget about my numbers. I don't care how much I raise. It was the fact that, like, I thought we had raised this much. And then I was like, that's 10 little red wagons that St. Jude can't get. Like, it hurt my heart so badly. And so I'm in a couple of different, groups mostly for like sim streamers, for mods, to all communicate with each other. A lot of the big sim streamers, Simsy, Shella, Gluon, all the mods are in a Discord server together, and we share information about bans. And we do this to try and keep these big communities safe, right? And I went into that Discord and I was like, listen, I'm so sorry to post this. I'm like, I know it's not about one of like the main streamers here. It's about me. I was like, but I know we're also all fundraising for St. Jude right now, or a lot of us are. And I was like, you might want to preemptively ban this person, explain the whole situation. And so this person is now banned in all of those communities. I don't know if they're still even in existence on Twitch. Thank you, Saren, for the raid, by the way. There is your raid star in the jar, which is very sparkly. I want to cover the whole thing. Do y'all think that we can do that by the end of the month? I think we can. It's only $5 to add a gem. So I don't know if someone, because all of those people that I mentioned are partnered. I don't know if someone reached out to Twitch and they were like, hey, we found one of like the scammers, like this stream. Like, I have no idea how Twitch heard about what happened to me. Again, they know that it's been happening to streamers. Like, it's not something that, I'm not, unfortunately, the only person this has happened to. But yeah, like, I spent the first hour of stream just like crying sad tears. And then I ended up streaming almost an hour over my time because Twitch came in as I was talking about what we were going to be doing today and donated $1,000. And in their comment, it said, continue doing incredible things with your awesome community for the kids. And I am now bawling. What is there? For like a completely different reason. And it just, like, it was cute because their first message was, y'all are amazing. This Twitch donation is legit. I know you've had some issues lately, but Twitch is for real. And thank you so much for what you do. And I was just, to say I was flabbergasted is an understatement of a century. The fact that they, I guess, cared enough. And wanted, and then you all were cute. You all were cute. People in the chat were like, hey, can you make Megan a partner now? And I'm like, oh my God. Like, y'all don't harass the nice Twitch lady. But it just, again, like I said, then I spent the end of stream just like crying again because, yes, this number's going to go down. If those other donations that they made come back as fraudulent, they will. And that'll be sad just because it's exciting to have raised $6,000 for St. Jude, but we'll get there. Like, you know, it's not, but the fact that $1,000 worth of donations, like, I thought that was just gonna it was just gonna go away and we weren't gonna have that money anymore, and it was just, that was gonna be it. And so the fact that Twitch like stepped up and did that, you know, again, obviously it would have been $1,000 more if that other person had been legit, but now we're breaking even. That scummy person who, you know, did something. I mean, I try. This is probably my problem, is like, I try to see the good in people. I try to put like, my mind is like, what if they were like trying to, you know, donate to St. Jude through this because they know that it was non-refundable and they were trying to get one over on like big corporate or something. But there's no way that that's okay. You know, like there's no scenario where it actually is okay. It's just my heart doesn't like to believe that anyone can be that mean. Like, that these are kids with cancer and their families and an organization that's just out of this world amazing. And it's like, how do you do that? So again, we might drop another $600 off of this total. It's the reason that I don't have any extra milestones right now. Like, people were like, oh, we should make like, okay, we reached the 2,000. We have reached 2,000 officially, because even if the 600 goes away, we're at 2,100. If that other money goes away, we'll still be there. So our goals have been met. And they were like, oh, make some stretch goals. But the thing is, it'll look like we've hit our stretch goals. So I think we will do something extra special to celebrate however much we end up fundraising. Like, I still want us to push towards more money raised for St. Jude. I just don't know, like, if I up this to $3,000 and we get to $3,000 and then 600 comes out of it, I don't want people to be like, wait, do you know what I mean? So it's like, do I maybe what I could do, maybe we'll make our next one 2,500. Okay? Because we're at 2,100 right now. So that's $400 more through the end of the month. Do you know what I mean? So like, it already looks like we met that milestone, but in reality we haven't. So like, let's try to get like the 400 more by the end of the month. Do you know, like, because I don't want to make it something higher than what I don't know how to explain it. Does that make sense? It was amazing that they came in and did that. I was shocked. I really was. Hi, Hammy. They tried to be Robin Hood. Well, yeah. It's like, yeah. No such thing as late. Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. We were just kind of filling everyone in on like what happened yesterday and like how the whole day ended up going, because it was a wild ride, especially if you weren't here. So I don't have like a way of kind of like writing over that, but let's just all keep in mind that here, let me double check that more of their donations haven't come out yet, because I know their name. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 and $31. $631 will still be coming out whenever that money gets, you know, that's how much more could come out of that. So we're technically, again, at like 2,100. So that's why we have a goal of 2,500. So lots of math. Confusing, annoying. This person blows chunks, but we can raise $400 more, I think, by the end of the month. Yeah. And I think that that's why, like, because we were at 2,000 before. And I do agree that, like, having another goal is great. Having, like, a stretch goal, having, you know, all of that. But I also don't want to make it, like, I don't want to make it $3,000 because it looks like we're 300 away from it. Because if we raise that $300 and then this person's 600 comes out, that's a really big gap to try and make back up. Like, that's a lot. $600 is a lot to try and make up to get back to that. So that's why I'm like, technically we're $400 away from that goal. Whenever their other donations come out, that feels a lot more. Well, yeah, that's why. So I upped the goal because right now we would have 2,100 fundraised. So I upped it to 2,500 as our goal. So that's $400 that. I mean, I can manually adjust it myself. Like, I can. Like, I can do something. Oops. Like this. And we can do the math. Oops. And like we can just like stick that and I can just edit it as we go. You're not causing chaos. I was saying I like having goals because we're a goal-oriented group. So, all right. What did I say? You're absolutely not causing chaos. So what is that at right now? We're at... Yeah, I know. Math time. Math time, math time. Hang on. Well, it gives us all something to, like, you know, focus on and shoot for. So we are at 2725.69 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 minus 6 minus 25. Okay. Okay. So we can have that there. And whenever we get donations, I can update it. I don't mind doing that. Or especially like if you guys help me with math, so I just have to like type it. So we're really close to 2,100 right now. See? See? Look at that. We're $6 away. Doesn't someone want to donate $6 and add a gem to the jar to get us there? You see, those having those there helps. It helps motivate. You know? So I realized that I don't have, and they're sparkly. I don't have Game Pass installed on this computer, it seems like. I'll have to have James help me take a look at all that later. But besides that, I realized that I have a couple of mods in the Minecraft game that I play that I would need to download and put in. And it was just too much for me to get ready for today's stream. So that means, though, that we get to pick what day next week. I'll put a poll in the Discord over the weekend, and you can let me know what day next week you all want to watch Minecraft. And I talked with the group that I am playing with, and a bunch of people were like, if you want to tour my house, you can show off my house. Or like, yeah, you know, if you want to do this. So, it should be fun. And that way we can like pick a day. And I can make sure that over the weekend I download the mods that I need and get everything set up for that. Because I just didn't have time to do it today. So. It was up to your hubby. You could stream Minecraft every day. Minecraft Monday. We do love alliteration. Yeah. So, for today, do we want to cross it? I could put a poll. Let me put a poll in the chat. Because I know, oops, that's the wrong thing. I know we didn't really cross stitch a lot yesterday because we were crying a lot. Oops. Hello? Who did the thing? Oh no, wait, I have to move the actually raised. Because I can't read that. Who did that? Tigress! Thank you for the $6 donation to St. Jude. Heck yeah. Thank you so much. What color? The Tigress made it a round number, but still nice. Yes. What color gem would you like added to the jar? Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Hello? Purple! You got it. It was so close. It was. It was. Also, can we talk about how big Twitch's ball was? Twitch has big balls. Pass it on. I could work on assembling Ryan blanket squares. I couldn't like assemble the whole blanket, but I could assemble one square to another. So I'm going to put that as an option in the poll. I have the Star Wars characters. I have the mermaid cross stitch. I have the Ryan's blanket. Oh shoot, I'm sorry, Sarah, and I didn't even get to show you what I got at Joann's. Damn, I got distracted. I could show you all now. I could stop yapping and show you. Should I put like I mean, it wouldn't be a finish. It's not necessarily finished, but like I do have, like we could try another one of the beaded fidget toys. No, let's focus on a finish today. Okay. Oh. Okay. There we go. I also realized that I can get the give back blanket that's like 95% done, because the other day I couldn't get it because James was in the bedroom sleeping and it was in the bedroom, and so I couldn't go in and wake him up. Well, it was the last day that Joann's was open, and so I wanted to go and I wanted to see everyone, and I was hopeful because y'all, when I went 2 days ago, 2 days ago, the cross-stitch thread section was massively, it was so filled. There was so much still there. There was like blanket, there was yarn, there was still so much there. And so I was like, okay, let's go get some things, right? Also, make sure you vote in the poll. It's at the top of chat. So this is what I walked into today. That's the line. That section with the thread, not a single one left. Gone. All the yarn, gone. Hi, Emily. Hi, Scruffy. Like, just gone. People were taking, like, the fixtures and stuff. I got a few things. And then this was the line I had to wait on. Hold on. It wraps around. It wraps around. It's so freaking sad. I did get, oh my god, my Joann store was absolutely massive. It's part of why it was so triggering for me to shop there, because of how big the store was. Like, a true warehouse. Oh yeah, this was Wednesday. Hold on. Shopping, looking at fabric. Look at this. Fabric. Lots of fabric. Wow, look at all this stuff. Wow, look at all. So much. Nothing. Hardly anything left. It was wild. I did get some fabric. Here, we'll come over here. Hello. I know. It was I don't even know how big that store. You know what? I wonder if I can look up how big. By the way, I hope you're all voting on what we're doing today. If you haven't yet, it's up at the top of chat. So click on it, type in, or click on what you want. Let me... Maps. Oops, there it was. Hold on. Artemis. Do not bite my hands. Eh. Okay. How would I figure out how big it was? Let's see. I wonder... Let's see. No, that's the size of the mall. Yeah, this was by a mall. So, if there's anything left in this store, it's going to the one by the Air Force Base. So what they were saying, Joann, as a total, like the company will be gone on the 30th of the month. They are evidently closed. Like, I would think that they would close the smaller stores and leave the bigger stores open just because of size, right? It would make sense to me that you would keep the bigger stores, more customers, whatever. Instead, they're keeping the smaller stores open because it's cheaper rent-wise to pay for the smaller stores longer. So, yeah. I don't even know how I would look this up. Oh. Hang on. Joann, 5. Okay, my Joann's store was 36,250 square feet. That's huge. $36,000. Yup. Yeah, this Joann store was massive. It would be a new supermarket if Aldi wasn't there. But Aldi's in that shopping complex already. I don't think that the shopping complex is going to do very well without Joann's there anymore, because there also was like a Bye Bye Baby, which was Bed Bath and Beyond's store for babies that was there. That's gone. There's a lot of empty storefront space there. A lot of empty storefront space there, unfortunately. So, oh, you know what I should do? Hold on. We're also going to work on the band. Give me a second. Y'all, my purse is falling apart. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, there are a couple of people at my store who I am going to miss very much, right? There is a cashier who is always so sweet. She has my business card. There was a person who worked the floor and the fabric table, also so sweet. Today, she was there. She was wearing a shirt that just said, "Everything sucks." And I looked at her and I went, "I love your shirt." And she goes, "It felt appropriate." I'm like, "No, it's perfect." Like, and then it had like happy little cows and like a pasture. Like it was just, the two didn't match, right? And I was talking about how, like, you know, it stinks. Like, this was my place that I would get stuff for my business. And she's like, "Me too." And then, I noticed, you know, so you know how I have my knit it sign? Well, I'm standing at the fabric counter and, you know, nothing held back. They had like the big signs over top that were also for sale. So I'm standing there at the fabric counter and I'm like, damn, I want that sign. And so I asked her, I was like, is it possible to like have someone help me get that down? They're $20 the sign. I loved it. Right? Loved it. So by the way, the answer is yes, there was someone willing to help me get it down. But while we were standing there waiting for like someone to come and help, she and I just kind of started talking, and she's like, "What are you going to do with the sign?" And I was like, "Man, it'd be really cool if like one day, it's the same lightweight material as the knit it sign. I was like, it'd be really cool if like one day, you know, doing like farmers markets or things like that, I think it would be neat to have like hanging in like a tent, or I could have it in the office or whatever, like, because you can take it apart. It's four-sided, so you could use each side to like hang somewhere if you wanted to." And we were just talking, and she's like, "Oh, you know, have you done any farmers or like any, you know, fairs yet?" I'm like, "I haven't. I'm doing my sales online right now." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I have an Etsy." I'm like, "Oh, do you really?" She's like, "Yeah, what's your information? I'll give you a follow." And I'm like, "Oh, I happen to have some business cards in my wallet." And as I'm going in there, she goes, "Oh, I have some business cards too." So we swapped business cards. So if anyone wants to go, their Etsy is currently on hold because she has to make more stuff. But if anyone wants, it's Mixed Fruit Creations. I can drop a link. But I was talking about how I streamed and like all this other stuff. And she's like, oh, that's cool. I also talked up fourth wall to her. I was like, if you want, like, if you have any, and I was like, yeah, but like, you know, follow me. We can chat. But I was like, how cool would it be to have like crafty friends? Like, she's, around my age. I'm like, how cool would it be to have like crafty friends? Here we go. Here's their link. So if you want to drop a follow, it says that they do tote bags, hair clips, pencil pouches, stickers, pins, perlers, fan art, and more. So as we were standing there talking, I was also talking about how it was really surprising to me how, like, they were selling everything that had a Joanne name on it, including the bottles of hand sanitizer and rolls of tape that said Joanne's on it. And I was like, that seems so silly to me. I said, what are people going to do with that? Or she was like, yeah, what are people going to do with that? I'm like, well, they're going to resell it. And I was like, I mean, if you ask me, the things that were more valuable that people should have been, asking for or whatever, I go, are the aprons. She goes, you want an apron? Hell yeah, I do. And she goes, we just threw them out. Like, there's like 3. She goes, they're sitting on top of the garbage. She goes, they're not dirty. She's like, but they're linen, so you can just like throw them in the wash. So I went and I'm like, oh yeah, back by the bathrooms, right? You're going to show me where that is. She's like, yeah, follow me to the bath, like and I'm like, okie dokie. So I chose the one that was clean. And hello, I'm Karina. She's like, take one. And the best part is that the thing, this is just like, what do you call it? A label from a label maker. So I can just remove that and not be Karina anymore. But it's, yeah. She was like, yeah, there's like a couple. She goes, some people like took theirs. Some people took extras. She goes, but again, everything is just. Yeah, I'm Karina. Hi. Welcome to my store. I don't know. Well, I guess because it's technically has like their store. I don't know. But I'm surprised that they didn't have these for sale. They had like, so I guess Joann's had like masks made for their employees and you could buy those. So I was surprised that they didn't, I guess maybe they didn't know who had aprons left over until like today. You know what I mean? Like which ones weren't actually being used. I don't know. Yeah, like COVID, like the fabric masks. Yeah, so I'm gonna put my own name on it. Anyway, I got 2 things of fabric. Because again, 50% off. And then another, or they were 60 or 80% off, plus another 50% off. So I got, oh god, I got cactuses. This is jersey knit fabric. It's a full bolt, so it's 8 yards. But yeah, cactuses. That's cute. And then this one I think is 6 yards. James is like, oh my gosh, you wouldn't even realize until like you look at it, but this is a cotton. Durable, soft hand cotton. It's wiener dogs. It's wiener dogs kissing and big long bones. Karina Pinecone. Here, maybe this is better. So yeah, there was also this really cute alien print that was also like a full bolt. But when they rang that one up, at the back, it was like still $30. And I didn't think to ask if that was with like the additional money they were going to take off at the register. But it was still just too much. So honestly, some of it's going to get used for the quilt racing that we do, for St. Jude in December. Some of it might get used as backing for the quilts that I make with that. Some of it will probably end up being practice for the new machine I got. That can be your alter ego, Karina Pinecone. I got a big roll of foam. It's just 36 by 60 inches of just plain old black craft foam. It's a roll of craft foam. Who doesn't need craft foam sometimes? Again, everything was so... The sale... Listen, I ended up spending about... Okay, well... I would have only spent $50 if I hadn't bought the $20 fixture, the hanging sign, because that didn't have any, you couldn't use coupons on that. So I would have only spent $50, but it was $70, and that's fine. It's my last time. I got... Okay, hold on. They had such cute Pride stuff. All right, ready? I'm ready for Pride this year. I'm ready for Pride streaming. So yeah, it was just a cute little... Thank you, Emily. I'm proud of myself too. I'm proud of myself because I stood on a line that took like 45 minutes to get through. And that was anxiety inducing. There was one lady hemming and hawing over like... Oh my god, while I was waiting online, I don't think that, like, I feel like one cashier was with the same person almost the whole time. Like, hemming and hawing over getting, like, a couple of spools of thread. And I'm like, girl, all this stuff is so cheap. Just buy stop. Like, okay, hold on. Okay, there's 2 more rolls of that in there somewhere. There they are. All right. I got Pride ribbon. How freaking cute. I love it. I had not seen this until today, and I grabbed so much of it. I have a cute story. So I didn't end up buying this one fabric that was really nice. It was a jersey knit. And this sweet woman, I'm not sure what religion, was there with her daughter. And like this woman was very much older, and she was buying the pink version of the fabric. I had a yellow version. And she was like, are you going to buy that whole, like, are you going to get all of that? And I was like, unfortunately, like, they're not cutting the fabric anymore. I said, you know, you have to buy it by the bolt. And she's like, oh, okay. And when they ended up telling me, like, the price for the stuff, like the fabric, I was like, you know, and I look at her and I'm like, would you like this instead? And she's like, really? Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. This, and I'm like this little old lady. And I was like, yeah, you can have it. I'm like, I don't need it. And she's like, I like to use this. It's really, really soft. And I like to use it on my nightgowns because a lot of times they're not long enough when it's really cold. And so I sew it to the bottom. And I'm like, you're the cutest old lady. Take it. Take it. I don't need it. I bought zippers. All different sizes. Invisible ones. Normal ones. Every color. The zippers were like 70 cents each. Zippers don't go bad, you know? So I got a bunch of zippers. Can I adopt her as my grandma? I need like... Oh. Here's another bag. This was from the other day when I went to Joann's. Okay, hold on. Hang on. This is great. I was like, I need to sort stuff in what stays up here and what goes into my craft space downstairs, which is like my sewing machines. I mean, it's not like I can't do, like, move it, but at least for now. All right. Zippers. Check. Saren, this would be exciting. I grabbed one of these because I'm determined to one day do the kit that I bought from you. So size 10 beading needle. It's like a cutie little case. I know that you included beading needles, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to have more because I'll probably break one. Yeah. More than likely. Okay. Let's lift this up here. I got more overlock thread. I got more white. I got a really interesting green, and I got brown. These were $1.50. They had been like $10 at one point each. I will never need to buy overlock thread for my machine ever. I'm so good with overlock thread. So yeah, I got those. And then I need to like then I got regular thread for the sewing machine in like all different colors. There's really not much in this bag. It's just big. So yeah, sewing machine thread. Pretty colors. Woo! The nice thing was that at least the lady that I had didn't scan each item individually. On Wednesday, they were still scanning each item individually, and I'm like, what inventory are you taking? Like, why are you still taking inventory? You're not going to need it. Let me snooze these ads so we can get through this, and then we can deal with ads. I'm like, it's not, so it was great. I was able to just, like, count up how many, like, of each of the, like, how many spools of thread did I have? And I was like, 15 or whatever it was. And they just, like, typed it in and scanned one of them. And I was like, oh, that's so much nicer for them. Uh-oh. Where did that go? Hello? There we go. I got a couple of big twist knitting needles. I like them because they said big twist. Size 4, 5, and 3. 3, 4, and 5. Did I need them? No. Were they also like $1? Yeah. Those will stay up here. So this, I found this, and this will be great for our embroidery stream. It's just embroidery fabric. It's 20 by 24 fabric. So, yeah, that'll be fabulous for that. And then, I don't know if y'all remember when I said that these were like 40 cents each before. I will never, ever need to buy cross-stitch needles again. Ever. Because, you know, the other day I also got all of those. They were 40 cents. This is enough for the rest of my life. Look at this. These are embroidery ones. Okay. So I have embroidery ones. I have 28 count, 24 count. Hell, if I ever want to sell cross-stitch kits, I have needles for that. I also got, these are sharp needles, like for sewing and things like that. They come in sizes 1 through 5. 28, 24, 24, 28, 24, 24. And here's the thing. You see all this and you might be like, God, Megan cleared them out. They had so many still. They still had so many. And so I was just like, well, I will, again, I'm good. I have 8, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 needles per pack of size 28. Ten size 24s. And 1, 2, 3, 6 of the embroidery ones. And there was still plenty left. Like, there are people who were buying stuff to, like, resell things. And then there's me, who spent $3.42 on them all. And I'm just like, sweet. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. These were 75 cents, not $1. Sorry, these were 75 cents. I'm looking at the receipt now. My bad. My bad. Yeah. And then I got these. These are great for patching. If you have like holes in clothes, they're just like denim. They're iron-on, but you can also use them like just if you get like a hole. So I just got 2 of those. And then the rest of what I got was the very limited little bit of cross-stitch thread that was left. And 1 pair of safety eyes that I found. 18mm safety eyes. I got like a couple of each color if they had multiple of the colors. And then it was really funny because while I was waiting to check out, some lady who was buying every piece of paper in the store, like this lady had 3 shopping carts of just stuff. And okay, cool. Either she had a crafting business, crafting store, like I felt like she was reselling. Honestly, I felt like she was reselling. And she was like getting a bunch of paper out of a box, and all of a sudden a handful of thread came on. So if you look, there's like a couple of random colors that don't match all the others. And she like put that down on like the shelf, and I was like, because again I'm waiting in line, and I'm like, was that a box with DMC thread in it? I'm like, or was there just DMC thread in the bottom of the box? She goes, this was just in the bottom of the box. I'm like, you don't want it? She's like, nope. So I literally just went over and I was like, thanks. So I got $2.11 evidently on DMC floss today. This much. Which is crazy. And that was my haul. Thank you for looking at my haul just as ads start. Okay. Bargains, you gotta love it. Absolutely. All right, we're gonna play a quick round of words. I am going to clean this up, and then we're going to get started on the little band. So I'll be right back. Alrighty. I am just putting all my thread away. Hey, James. Thank you. Thank you all for sitting through ads if you had them. I appreciate you. He's not listening to me. He never listens to me. Men. I know, he was just here. I need like a way to... That'll do. Oh, James! He pays attention when I'm not here. I see how it is. Ayo, jerk face. See if he answers to that.
Were you calling me?
Yeah.
What?
So you can pay attention when you're on we're playing words, but not when I'm talking to you.
I had a break at the same time. What's up?
I was going to see if you wanted to tell chat what we're doing today.
Oh, we're going to get ramen.
No.
We're going out on a date. Yeah.
We're going on a dinner date.
We're going on a dinner date. I'm super excited.
I haven't gone on a dinner date since 2019. I've done so many things.
She has.
You know what I think we should do tomorrow since you're off?
What's that?
You want to drive?
Where?
Like an hour south?
Going to Dover? Okay.
To their joy.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll go.
Promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Look, wait, he's pinky promising on stream, so that means if he breaks the pinky promise, I get to break his pinky.
Just gotta remember, things can change. It's a road day, so if later tonight someone does something stupid and they mark off,
You don't care about me.
I might
You
have
hate
to.
me.
I might have to work, but if my road day does not change,
You hate me. You hate your family.
if my dishonor on your cow.
Do you know what I'm referencing? What just happened with your sister?
Oh God.
You hate me. You don't love me. You never did.
Yeah.
How things can't ever change. You promised.
So
you promised.
if my road day isn't intact, yes, we'll go because I can bring my military ID too. We can do a grocery shop down there.
Okay. You now just told everyone where your base is, but that's fine.
It's one base. Good luck figuring out where we live based off of
Well, they know we don't live near the base.
a bajillion other bases across the country. So, yeah.
Did you hear how much I spent on Hold on. Look at So these are all size 24s.
Okay.
Those are all size 28s.
Did you really need that many size 24s?
I will never need to get them again. Because they do break. Here's the thing. I've broken them.
No, okay, I get it, but...
I will never need to... Hun, do you know how much I spent on all of these?
Like $5.
$3.40.
Okay.
They're normally $2.29 each.
So what I'm hearing is you don't have an excuse to go to another craft store for a very long time.
Correct.
Okay.
Unless, and here's my thing. Hold on. What's my unless?
You need a very specific color for a
commission
or anything else.
Or I used up all of a color that I don't have, which like that's also I have a return to drop off at Staples. I did the Amazon return for the grape fizz yarn, that stupid color, and doesn't look good anymore.
We do that tomorrow.
So that's already set to go. The other one was at Walmart, so that's going to be up to you if you want it. We can do a curbside return. Remember how we did?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll figure.
No, we don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm mad at Walmart.
Why are you mad at Walmart?
Because they don't have my drink.
Oh, they don't have your drink. Oh, look at what I got. Come here. You know that pajama that you have a hole in?
Mm-hmm.
So this is an iron-on patch.
Hmm.
I could put that on the inside.
I think we did that once.
This is like, I could iron it on the inside, which would fuse it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could stitch over it on the outside with red.
Yeah, we could do that.
So that it matches.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't care if it matches.
But this
I just don't want a gaping hole in
But this way, it should hopefully bind everything together so that it doesn't keep pulling apart.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I found a little... But yeah, no,
maybe you can use it to fix that one pair of jeans that I like, too.
Are they denim? I thought they were...
Yeah, they're denim.
I thought they were khaki.
Oh, they're denim.
Oh, okay.
It's like right here, this pocket is separating.
Maybe, yeah.
So if you fuse that and then just over sew it, I don't care if it looks bad or not.
I also just found these. They're just little wood stars. You know what do these make you think of? What?
I mean, based on their color.
Eucharist?
They look like that, yeah. Like the color.
Okay, but
what should they make you think of?
Who gets star-shaped Eucharists?
The glow in the
dark stars on your ceiling.
There you go. It took me a second. I got there. The color though did look like that.
He said they look like Eucharists. Chirps, thank you for the 53-month resub. I appreciate it. What color paper star would you like for the jar? Pink, you got it. But yeah, we could use these for a lot. Someone used a cookie cutter. Someone used a cookie cutter on Jesus.
Oh, we're not going to heaven.
If that's the reason that we're not going to heaven, then I'm fine with that.
Oh,
the people.
It was a joke.
No, but like all the people who think that they're like are good people going to heaven. I'm like, if you're gonna be there, yikes. Stars save Jesus. Oh my god. Anywho, that's something. But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I really shouldn't need to get, I need to get more of that grape fizz yarn that doesn't look really bad, but if they don't make that anymore, then, that's the only yarn right now that I need. I'm good with everything else. There's no other colors, there's no other, if someone wants to commission me to make, something, I remember Chirps commissioned me to make, a Winnie the Pooh that was made out of, blanket yarn. Okay, that is not something I have. But, no, I don't need to go to the craft store for a long time Thank goodness, because my wallet is sobbing. But I'm also like, I will not. Okay, I'm just gonna write Chirps' name here. I also won't need to buy anything for years. Music. I almost died laughing. Ugh. I like to think that, you know, God has a sense of humor. He has to, right? You look at some things and you're like, he has to. Ain't no other way. And I think if you're a good person and you do good things, that's what matters, not that you don't laugh at someone saying that it looks like star-shaped Eucharist, you know? Yeah. Well, and it's an investment in crafting that, like, it's not going to go bad. It's not like going to Costco and buying perishable food. You know, it's something that I can literally use for decades. I could do for whatever, you know, however long I'm able to. Um Here is your star, Chirps. Thank you again for the resub. Do good things because it's a good thing, not because you expect a reward. Correct. If you do only do good things because you expect a reward, you're not actually doing good things. Spoiler alert. I also got one of these the other day in the yellow size, and I don't remember what size that was, and I don't know where it went. I also liked these because I thought, let's see if I'm actually right. It's so hard to have knitting needles. Actually, these might work on stream. They are plastic. So one of the things that I do is I log my, my purchases. I have like a document that I keep all my purchases in, and I update that whenever I purchase something. So, yeah. Elf. Elf, I have really bad news for you. It was a knitting needle that broke. I saved it all these years. Like this is the perfect example of what it is like to be a crafter with mental health things going on. And people don't often understand, I feel like, how ADHD works. They think it just means you're scatterbrained or you forget things or whatever. And that's part of it. I have been saving this because I want to make using like my Cricut machine. I want to mount these in a picture frame. Do you want to sit there? You can sit there. Let me move the star jar out of your way. And this is our pattern for today. And there you go. Okay? You can now lie down there. Isn't that nice? I want to make in a frame, I want to mount these because this is why it almost crushed me when they broke. Because those are Aunt Shirley knitting needles. And I broke them. So, I want to save it. I want to put it almost like when people mount like taxidermy style, right? Fish, animals, whatever. I want to mount that in a frame, and in like pretty florally script, I want to write, "Can you imagine?" underneath it. Like, can you imagine? And have it around. I still haven't done it. How many years have this been sitting there broken? I just need to do the damn thing. And I don't know why it's so hard to do the thing. But it is. So yeah, it sits like in a little cup. Click a button and the needle starts wiggling. You push a button and that clip just plays. You push a button and it just goes, "Can you imagine?" Snap. I think that the reason that I'm hesitant on it is because I'm afraid to mess it up. I'm really afraid of doing something that will ruin it. And then, like, I don't want to ruin it. Which is a silly reason not to do something, but it is. Also, I forgot to show you, I got this last time I was there too. This is another one of their Big Twist needle minders. No, I could use, I mean, the other thing that oh, you know what? You know what might work even better? Is, stitching it to like a piece of fabric. I could find in my DMC collection green thread that matches. And I could just stitch it to, like, wrap the fabric around a piece of cardboard and like stitch in like a couple of spots so that it like pin holds it in place. 'Cause I'm not going to be moving it a lot. And then I can make sure that it's positioned exactly right. That might be a better way to do it. Because one of my concerns, right, is like if I'm trying to glue this, if I try to glue this, this part here is going to stick out further than the rest. And so I'm afraid it's going to lie weird. But if I do it with fabric, it doesn't matter that it wouldn't be completely flat. Yeah, these are like really old. They're the Susan Bates. Also, by the way, I know we've been like yapping a lot, but don't forget we have our fundraising going on still. We have raised $2,100.69. So if you would like to donate, it's now pinned in the chat. $1 gets us closer to our $2,500 goal. Any amount helps. If you have $69 to your name and you want to make it a funny number, you could do 216969, you know, just saying. We have, of course, our fun little incentives here. Wow. It's like they knew. Thank you, Anonymous. Okay, now we're $19 away. That's your husband! Thank you, husband! We're now $19 away from the funny number. We're also going to do a Wheel of Chaos spin for your husband. All right, let's see what the wheel wants today. It kept doing freaking stickers the last time. Let's see. This is okay. If you missed our fundraising last year, in an effort, for whatever reason, people were like loving taking pictures of pets' feet. I don't know why. Listen, I don't understand why y'all are like this. But it was like a last day quick incentive. $20. You could pick whichever pet's foot I had to run and photograph. Or it was 30 or I don't remember how much. It got us like probably $500. Like just me running around taking pictures of feet, of pets' feet. So, Tigress's hubby, or Tigress, what pet's foot would you like me to photograph for you? And it'll get posted in the Discords. Toe beans are amazing. Whichever pet you say, I will have to run out, find them, photograph said beans. I can also... depending on the pet, I might be able to show it on stream with the security camera. Pippin. You got it. Pippin's sleeping on the couch. We have not had pizza time. No. Did you... James, is that a patch fart that I can smell in my office? I don't know what has been going on with... Okay, then this little Mrs. Butt. No. No human feet. People feet are out because people feet are not... No. The internet's weird. I don't understand why people like feet. I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum. Okay? If you like feet, good for you. That's fine. I don't get it. Donate No, because that's how we get scammers in here again. $5,000 and I'll send you my feet pics. James has really soft feet. I'm a dancer, or I was a dancer for like 18 years. I have been busting my butt to try and like get my feet to be a little bit nicer, like putting lotion on them at night and things like that, because his feet are softer. He has baby feet. Okay, for someone who is in the military and who worked on the railroad walking miles every day, I don't know why his feet aren't calloused. His hands are, but his feet, baby soft. Your feet are baby feet. You have no calluses on your toes, on your feet. None. Toe socks on. Oh my god. What do you mean you used to? Come in here right now. Feel my feet and feel yours.
My feet used to be way rougher than they are now.
Oh.
I will give you that. Like today they are a lot nicer.
Uh-huh.
But
feel right here.
Okay.
That's me working at it for months now.
Right.
Feel yours.
Yeah.
It's baby
I have
soft.
but there's a callus there.
Do this right here, right now. No, both hands. Stop.
Yeah, there's a callus on both. There's a callus on both of them. Mine have gone down, sure.
This man is an idiot.
Listen, I'm not saying your work wasn't harder than mine, because I think it was.
No, I'm not saying that my work was harder than yours. I'm saying that my work was...
I'm saying your work was harder than mine.
No, but I'm saying wearing point shoes and stuff, like that's a completely different style of shoe. Like that is going to mess up your foot.
Yeah, there's no padding, there's no comfort, there's no nothing. At least with the shoes that I was wearing, I had like good insoles.
No, but that's why, I mean, you can even
socks.
Look, you can even just look at them and see that it...
Yeah.
Imagine being new to stream. There's no one new here. Everyone's been here for forever. Okay. No one's new. Click that follow button if you are new and you're here for feet time. Oh my god. Why can't I... Alright. There's Pippin. Okay? So now you'll get to see me run out there and to get a foot picture. I'll be right back. You're such a good girl. Look at Ari. Are you okay? What did she do to you? What did... She's like, are you... What did Mom do to you? Are you okay? Okay. They're in the Discord. But for everyone else, we have the top view. Aw, beautiful. And we have her Grinchy feet. Look at her Grinch toes. There's some beans in there, but my gosh, does she have some crazy Grinch toes. I didn't even know that they had got that. That's honestly amazing, because when she first came in, she didn't have fur like that. Like, that's just being indoors and being healthy and not having like hot pavement and stuff to walk on. So when the pet scissors come in, I'll have to try and trim them a little. They're the Grinchiest toes. Did you see her though? She's like, what in the hell are you doing? Like, look at how cute she was. And then I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be like harassing you for your feet. Look at her. Camera. Mother. What? Yes, honestly, it will make her traction so much better. I have some grooming scissors coming. So I will absolutely be, I will absolutely be attempting to trim those. I also have to do her nails. I have to trim them. And let me tell you, that's a challenge, trying to trim nails when you can't see. Oh, I'm like, wait, are we almost at, and then I realized, no, that's not how much we've raised. Okay. We're now $19 away from the funny number twice. I'm just saying. And also, this is officially now the most we've ever raised for St. Jude in one go. So, because when we found out the scammers' money was going to go away, it was not the most anymore. But now that Twitch has donated, the most we had ever raised for them before was $1,755. So thank you all for helping us raise the most that we've ever raised for St. Jude. This is incredible. Let's keep going. All right. Make sure I'm not running over a cat. My lights. Heck yeah. I said this before, my goal for this year, right? Because I also fundraise in December. My goal for the year is to do 5,000 total for St. Jude. That's my hope. And we're almost halfway we're almost at the halfway point, which would be great. Raising half now, raising half in December. That would be amazing if we could do 5,000 this year for St. Jude. That would make me so happy. I mean, any amount that we raise makes me happy, but you know what I mean. Okay. It would be so cool. So that's why that's our goal, is to... This isn't the yarn that I want. Where's the black yarn that I want? James, I gotta go buy black yarn. I'm just kidding. I had some in the closet. Baby is estimated to be at 5 pounds 6 ounces already. And they're due in a month and a half? 2 months? Yeah, how many weeks left is a better question. It's okay, he wasn't listening. Absolutely, Tigress. Okay, I don't like this. 7.5 weeks. So a month and a half. And that's big at that point. I don't know how quickly things change at the end. I feel like that's good, isn't it? If anything, she might come early. That's a big baby in the NICU. Ugh, my niece graduated kindergarten. I'm not okay. About half a pound per week. Okay. With how popular The Sims crowd control has been, maybe schedule one stream and have a second one as an overall goal. Yeah, I'd be cool with that. I honestly didn't know if people would want me to play again. Like, I'll still, if you guys want, I'll play that same save file again. I just didn't know if, like, people were kind of one and done with it. But I don't mind playing it again. Morning, Emily. Wow. Yeah, I was 7 pounds 14 ounces. And my brother was 9 pounds 3 ounces. James, how much were you? You were a big baby. He's not listening. Ten and a half pounds. Wow. Or 10 pounds and half an ounce. Got it. The way my brain read that is 10 and a half pounds. I was like, damn. 8 pounds, 8 ounces, but was 2 weeks late. I was 2 days late. Was I 2 days? Or, no, I don't even remember when I was due. My brother was 2 days late. He was due on New Year's. Jame. You're a twin raccoon? James, how much did you weigh when you were born? Weren't you a big baby? Weren't you a chunker? £10+ 2 days late. Middle brother was 3 days late. Baby brother was 4 days late. It's such like an estimate unless like the parent knows exactly the day of conception. It's hard to know exactly the day of birth, you know? You're still 2 weeks early. With broke ass legs. You did. Wait, did you ask? We never knew. James was supposed to be a twin and we've never asked. We just know that he isn't. We've never actually asked, like, what happened to the other baby, if they're, you know. I know that you were a twin, yeah. No, I know that. Everyone knows that. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I did. It only takes once. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like whenever we decide to have kids, I'm going to be that person. I'm going to be like, sorry, Artie was trying to get into her blanket fort and got stuck. I'm going to be like the person who's like, sorry, we're going to... It's going to be... I know some people have talked about how, like, when you're trying to conceive, it can become very, like, not romantic. Where people are like, it's time, like, I'm fertile, let's go. But But I'm going to be like the person who's going to have like each day like on a calendar. Like I'm going to write it down. So if they're like, oh yeah, it looks like it was around this day, I'll be like, yeah, okay, it was exactly this day. If any multiples, snip, snip. Ma'am, did you really just... She went into her blanket fort and just came out. If we had triplets, I'd cry. Listen, twins, there's arms. Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2. If there's a third, I don't know what I'm doing. No. No, no, no. You're so good, Emily. But you're right. Twins aren't going to be born that big. It's just not possible, really. There's just not enough room. I'm just picturing, like, I've seen people who have, like, 2 kids, and they're like, we want 1 more. And they go to the doctor for the ultrasound and find out they're having triplets. Oh my god, I would simply perish. The exact date you baby danced. He's laughing just as hard in the the good old baby 2-step. Good old baby tango. Oh. The only reason that I'm going to be so, like, particular about tracking is because I will be the minute I conceive, I will be high risk. Because of my thyroid problem, because of my other health stuff. Having as much information as possible is just, like, the best thing to do for doctors. Hi. Had twin boys said no more? Yeah. Yes. Oh, I learned that, Scruffy. But I also learned that evidently, so they can live inside for up to 10 days. But ovulation, your egg is only good for 24 hours. And then it spoils like milk. Fat babies are the best, yeah. Oh my god, they're chubby little troops! You bested them in combat to pick who made it. Oh my god. The cackle of James's perfection. The going out of business ovary sale. Oh. Terrified before that first ultrasound. My grandmother, my parents didn't find out for James's son. My parents didn't find out with either one of us what we were going to be, but my grandmother called my mom in the middle of the night, on house phones back then, because that was how it was done. And she was like, "You're having a girl." And my mom's like, what are you talking about? We don't know. And my grandmother was like, no, no, no. I had a dream. You're having a girl. And then sure enough, there I was. Hi, can I help you?
Hi. So, no, keep going.
Uh-huh.
I want to be surprised and I know that you don't.
No, I don't want to be surprised.
But
I can't handle... there's too many surprises with pregnancy.
There's pregnancy. That's the only surprise that you have, really. And even then, that can be planned to a degree. You have one surprise left.
Oh, yeah, I'm geriatric, too. Petrichor, according to...
Doctors.
Mm-hmm. So not only is my thyroid fucked, but I'm also geriatric.
You better not ruin the surprise for me.
Listen, I don't want to have, like, if it's a girl, I don't want it to be a pink-filled room. I don't. I want gender-neutral stuff.
Gender-neutral stuff regardless.
No, I don't.
But I want to be surprised.
Yeah. That's fine for you. Yeah, no uterus, no opinion.
I'm saying I would like to be surprised.
I feel like it would be like Ross and Rachel in that moment where Ross is like, you know, and then she's like, no, I don't. And then he's like, well, if you know, then I'm going to know. And like it becomes a whole, and she really didn't know.
If you would like to know, you can know. I don't care. I want to be surprised. I would like you to not tell me.
But then there's no fun confetti cannon at a baby shower.
I don't want fun confetti. No, because forests burn down that way.
No, remember what we did for Nugget?
Yeah.
That was great.
I do.
That was paper.
I don't want gender reveal. I want to be surprised.
That was so much fun. Just paper, confetti everywhere. Yeah. Biodegradable, too. We love paper. Yeah. Oh, no. That was the best way to do that. It was one of those, like, confetti crackers, but it was, like, tissue paper. Yes. It is technicality you are that way. But, like, my OB has even said that most of, like, her patients are older now. Like, they're in that range. She's like, I wouldn't consider... She's like, you would also be considered high risk because of your different health, conditions. She goes, and I would consider you to, like... I think that she said I'd have to see a specialist as well, just because of all of that stuff. But she's like, I wouldn't worry about you being, like, actual high risk. Yeah. So there'd be no other surprises, yeah.
No, I want a surprise crotch goblin.
A surprise crotch trophy?
Crotch goblin? Yeah.
That's a...
Love trophy?
Congratulations on having... we're fundraising for St. Jude. Oh, I've seen the lightsabers. Well, honestly, I didn't even feel like I was even close to being ready until more recently. Like, I have not felt prepared to be a parent in any way, shape, or form until more recently. And I'm like... No, I'm very much gender neutral. First of all, oh, Elf. Oh my God, the little pout. The little pout. What a cutie. Ugh. That nose, too, is so, like, just want to boop it. I can't even take care of myself, right? Hell, just the fact that I'm, like, getting out of the house, like, we're going on a date tonight, you know, that I want to go to the movie theater. All that stuff to me means that I'm finally getting to a better place mentally where I can, like... Because I told James, like, I don't want to have a kid if I can't, like, go back to school shopping with them and, like, do things like that. Like, I want to be involved. I want to go to their school plays and, like, do all those things. Like, I don't want to miss that stuff. So, like, it was important to me for my mental health to get better, for, like, all of that stuff to get better. And then my health, the freaking, like, vertigo and everything, you know? When my bestie was pregnant with my niece, we did not get, like, we went, I don't even remember how many times we went to the place for the 3D ultrasound. Never once got a picture of her. Never once got anything more than like, oh, there's a foot. They kept being like, oh yeah, you know, come back, drink orange juice beforehand. It tends to make them more active. Do this and do that. And like, being housebound for health, like, there was a period of time where I didn't care that I was housebound. I didn't want to get better. I didn't care if I got better. I was fine. I was happy. I was whatever. And then I started to miss doing things, and I was like, now I don't want this anymore. And it just, yeah. Do you have that video handy? I know it's on her Facebook, but I'd have to go searching. I think it's on her Facebook. Nuggets. When was Nugget born? Yeah, so my niece, we call her Nugget. I mean, her mom posts her face and her pictures and everything online. Like, she's not whatever. But I called her Nugget once and it stuck. And so we, like, that's just what we refer to her as. But she was born and she had to go into the NICU for a while. Because I think it was her lungs they were like kind of fluid filled. And it was COVID. It was COVID time. So we couldn't even visit them in the NICU, which was, because I would have been there every day with her, you know, like that's my sister. Like I would have absolutely been there if I could have, and I couldn't have. Oh, is this it? Yeah, I do have it. Okay. But one of the things is James's train line. Back then he was working for CSX, so he drove the freight trains up and down the coast. So his rail ran right past the hospital that they were staying at. And so he told, I don't remember if you were the conductor or the engineer that day. Doesn't matter. He told the other person he was with, he's like, by the way, it's about to get real loud. And the guy was like, what do you mean? And he goes, my niece was just born. You were the engineer. So he told the conductor, it's about to get real loud. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, my niece was just born. She's in the NICU. They're in this hospital. And I'm letting them know that Uncle James is like out here and, you know, sending good. And so here. So there's the hospital.
Hi, Nugget!
So there's no reason for there to be trains honking in that location. Like there's not a crossing, there's nothing. And I got a text from her going, oh my God, we heard him. And then I sent that to her. And it was the funniest thing because she was like, no, we heard him. Like, we heard the train inside. Everyone else in the vicinity is like, shut up. And then here's me meeting my niece for the first time with all the crochet things I made her. No. That was in 2019. And now she's freaking graduating kindergarten. Okay, evidently it's ad time again. Got woken up, was so mad. It was 6:50 in the evening. So it wasn't like it was, midnight or anything crazy where we were waking people up. It was a respectable hour. It was dinner time. But yeah, need more air. Yeah. He was like, I don't have anything left to honk. All right, it's stretch time. So we're going to play some ads. I've gotten one row done. This whole stream. We've been live for 2 hours. Anyway, I'll be right back. Get a snack, get a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry, donate to St. Jude. We're $19 away from the funny number. Okay? That's a couple of $5 donations. It's one ten. No, shush. No, no. It's one $5 and one raffle entry. Like we're really close. Okay, I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. lotion.
So wait, Nugget is 6?
Nugget was born 2019, March of 2019.
So about 6, 7?
So 6.
6. 7-year age gap isn't that big of a deal.
Well, it's also step siblings too.
Oh, you're thinking of step siblings.
What are we talking about?
Our son marrying Nugget.
Oh.
Our
son? What?
Our future son marrying Nugget.
We're having a son? Why can't a girl marry Nugget?
I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Do you know something I don't?
No?
I mean, I just finished my period. Well, that she has a nickname, yeah. Literally, I made, like, for... Hello? Anonymous! Thank you for that $19 donation. That gets us to the funny number. The funny number twice. Heck yeah. Nice. Yeah, well, when I saw her ultrasound for the first time, both of us were like, look at her, she's just a little nugget. And it just stuck. From then on, the baby was always Nugget. It was just... It's such a little... Like, they're so little. And so, like, I made like a little glass block that they could put like little mementos in. And it just said world's cutest nugget on it. I don't have a picture of that. That's okay. They are. They're alien. One round done. Changes that happen are mind-boggling, yeah. Had his tail. Yeah, it's wild. Oh, I guess we'll add some gems for the anonymous donation, since we don't know who it was. That's exciting, Scruffy. Now make sure you don't push yourself too hard, too. That's important. You don't want to, you don't want to do too much. Use a scooter while you're out instead of walking. Good. Good. I'm glad that you're sitting in icing when you're home too. Yeah. Because that's, you don't want to go too hard too fast and end up like in, more pain. Thank you all for the donations today. I really appreciate it. Craft space is a disaster. Rip. Yeah, my craft space is a disaster now too. I mean, it always was, but now it's like extra so because, going to Joann's and what have you. What was the thing I was going to... At the end of this, I was going to do something. Oh, add stars to the top of the jar for the anonymous donation. Oh my goodness. We'll add 2. Should we make them all the same size, or should we add some of the small? Yeah, we'll do them all the same size. All the same. We'll add 2 or 3. I played a little bit, not a lot. Have you been playing it? Are you enjoying it? Why? Hello? Get back in the freaking thing! Okay. Hooray! It's so sparkly! So sparkly. Another book of stamps. 7 short. Rip. I mean, I don't know necessarily what people mean by ruin it. I will say it added like a whole new area. It can be very overwhelming, I think, if you haven't finished all the other stuff. And I find some of it very confusing. But I also don't know what people. Do you know what like people have said has been ruined? Most of it playing Palia. If you want specific ones, yeah. I get that. Having a uniform look and all that.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hi, Raiders. Hi, Lumi. How was your stream? What were you doing? How was your stream? What were you doing? Welcome in. Stitch some Pokemon. That's fun. Hope you had a good time. How much what's your progress on that? I know that you're getting close and that's very exciting. Welcome in everyone. My name is Megan. I am a neurodivergent variety streamer here on Twitch. I am usually cross-stitching, crocheting, or knitting. But we do other crafts here. We've been doing a lot of diamond dotting. And we're raising money right now for St Jude. We are at, this is our actual number. $2,169.69. You might be like, well, it says 2,800. Yes. We had a scammer come in and donate $1,000 to St Jude with evidently stolen credit cards. And so the credit card charges have been getting challenged. Yeah, Lumi, I was a disaster yesterday. I didn't realize until I hit go live and I cried the entire first hour of stream because I realized like I was reaching out to people trying to figure out what happened. And then we realized that this person who came in the other day and they were making like $100 donation here, $250 here, $25 here, like bits and pieces. And when I looked through their donation record, 2 of the donations that I remember seeing were gone. And so I don't believe that total amount is going to be what we actually have raised. So this is how much we've raised minus the scammer. So I don't know what's going to happen at this point. I don't know who does that. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. Like, in my heart, I want to be like, oh, maybe they were trying to, like, give these kids money with, like, company credit cards or something. You know, screw it. Stick it to the man because Tiltify has, like, a no refund policy. But if a credit card is stolen, the charges can be disputed and then the money can be given back. So we're still fundraising. Our goal is to reach 2,500. So we're at $2,169.69. So we're on our way. We met our original goal, which was $2,000, which is fabulous. So yeah, double nice. Chat, I might have some really bad news. Let me, you said you were at 86%? 86%? 87.6. Hell yeah. That's fantastic. Also, I talked to Saren, and she's down to do like a co-stream, all of us together. Maybe, maybe do a, like a cross-stitch multi-stream. All hang out one day. We'll figure it out in like DMs and stuff. Oh, okay. I gotta go look back and see when I worked on these last. Yep. I have it written down. Star Wars crochet, C hook. I was using my 3mm for the heads. No, for all the bits that are done. I don't know. So this was also wrong. This is a D hook, not the 3mm. That's what I originally was like, oh shoot. I should be using a 3mm hook. The 3mm and the D hook are the same freaking color. They're both orange. I've done this before. I need to make a note. The 3mm is bigger. C is 2.75. So what I need to do is grab this yarn and use this hook and see if I can't see how big of a difference it is. Because if it's not that big of a difference, then we'll be okay. If it's a huge, massive difference, I mean, maybe, but it might make it look like a bobblehead. Okay. Lumi, my love, if you need to raid and run, do post-stream self-care, anything like that, please make sure you do. I will make your raid star for you. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Oh, you mean what won the poll at the beginning of stream about what we were going to do today? And it's now 5:30 and we're just really, truly getting, like, underway because I just... Yeah. The band. The Star Wars band. We did have some good tots. You had an Uncrustable. Delicious. All right, let's make a raid star for you. We also had some donations, so we love to see that. By the way, if you donate to St. Jude, you become a ball in my ball pit. There's also some fun incentives here. For $10, you can be entered into a amigurumi raffle, a giveaway. So yeah. Heck yeah, I want to see some arts. Show me arts. Show me art. The raffle will be probably at the very beginning of next month. Just so, because like we're doing the fundraiser until the end of the month. So we'll probably do it on like the first stream of next month. Since Instagram is a butt. Mm-hmm. Stop it. Oh my god, why am I not logged in to Instagram? Log me in. The password is incorrect. I mean, when that happens, your mom is incorrect. Hang on. Open link. Open in Instagram. Ooh. Stop it. Let me like the post. Why are you not? Oh my god. I love technology. Let's like a bunch of Loomies things. So maybe it'll understand that this is what I want to see. Don't want ads and suggested reels. Show me my friends. You do the same thing? Yeah. Here is your raid star. I shall add you to my jar. Thank you again for the raid. I have to do that almost every month? Yeah. It's stupid. It really is. Alright, let's the sparkly jar. Let's try remaking this in a different size hook. And hope that I'm not going to cry. I'm a star! You are a star. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate. Okay. Artie's sleeping behind me on the chair. See, if these were the first characters that I had made for my brother, it wouldn't matter. I'd just make all the others that size, but these are like a set. So I need them to all match. This doesn't feel good. Either that or I just like finish them and put them on my page and sell them. Have a good weekend. Thanks for hanging out, Tigress. Thank you and your hubby again for the donations to St. Jude. I'm wearing my St. Jude shirt today. On the back it says, play for more than bragging rights, and I love that. Ew. It's gonna be different. I don't know why I used a different hook size. When I looked at like my thing, what was... The dinosaur fidgets were a 3mm. There wasn't even anything around them. This is the C hook, yeah. Like my niece nugget? No. I didn't. That'd be cute. You take a band guy with the other hook size? Okay. Well, it might end up... We might end up doing that. That might end up happening. Oh... Yeah, because, well, not only, it wouldn't even be the yarn I'd be, like, as upset about wasting, but, like, the safety eyes, too. And the time. You know? It'd be different if I had just made one of them, but I made all freaking 4 of them. We could make the bodies in the same size hook as the head. The hook was made in a 3mm head. The issue is that I have made probably a dozen or so of these characters for my brother over the years. Yeah, 10 to 12. And they're all made in this size. So these guys would be big. They would kind of, they wouldn't fit in with everyone else, if that makes sense. Like, he has them on display and they would just be bigger. And well, that would bother me. Large and in charge. I'm gonna see how much of a difference it really makes. Like, here's the thing, right? I'm gonna make one of these, and if I decide no, it's fine, I'll just keep going with those. Then this one would go towards Frankenstuffies, or if someone wanted me to finish making it for them, I could. But if not, then yeah. To water the plants? Ah, no worries. Welcome back. The ones that, oh yeah. Ooh, that's nice. Nothing to do the second half of the day. Doing a little cross stitch. That's fun. What cross stitch were you working on? Oh yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend. Is it gonna be crazy trying to drive to Dover tomorrow, James? That's so cool. Oh, I'd love to see the pattern. Like, if you have a link or just a picture of what it's gonna look like. Crap to do on Tuesday, but that's Tuesday's problem. That's not this weekend's problem, you know? You can see the difference in the size. Ooh, what are you starting, Scruffy? More activity, yeah. Because copyright. No, I get that. No idea what I'm going to do besides sleep in. Listen, that sounds like a good plan to start. Of a granny square turned into a shrug. Ooh. Over cotton dresses. Ooh, that sounds nice. Okay, St Jude together. No. No. So, I returned the cat food today that we got for Pippin. That gave her an upset tummy. That she also didn't even like, right? Like, she snubbed the first can completely. We just threw the whole thing away. And then the second one, she ate, like, some of it and then got sick to her stomach. Like, she didn't even eat a lot of it. So I had, like, we had bought a case of it. And we had also bought a couple of loose cans to just try, like, I wanted to see what the difference was between, like, the minced and the flakes, I think, were the two different textured things. So we had, like, those cans. We didn't even open the box. So I returned the box today. And they had the food that she's been eating. But they also had a couple of different, like, they had loose cans, which is nice because we normally buy like a bulk box of it. And they had a couple of different, like, flavors and things that we haven't really tried with her before. And I've never really gotten her pate because she never seems to eat it, whereas that's Maple and Pippin, or Maple and Artemis's preferred. Maple will eat anything, truthfully. I prefer pate because I feel like you get more for your money. I feel like the other ones have a lot more like gravy and stuff in them, and you can like add water to pate if you want. Um, so Maple gets pate, Artie gets a prescription food. Maple is a dumpster baby. He'll eat whatever. Um, so I also got like a pate version to try with Pippin today, and she actually ate some of it. So that's good to know because that just opens up more possibilities of like ones that we can get her. Because before I'm like, I know that she really likes the fish wet food, like the ocean fish, salmon, tuna, all of those. Um, over like chicken or beef or whatever. And we try not to switch too much just because it, again, upsets stomachs. So if we're looking for like shreds or the meaty chunks or the flakes or the whatever the brand name, like the chunky ones instead of like pate, it limits how much options there are. But if she'll eat the pate too, so it was funny, like I opened up a can and she came over and she was like, "Did you get me the good stuff?" And I put some in the bowl and she started eating it right away, and I was like, "What a stinker." The other one was really stinky, though. The one that gave her an upset tummy. So I'm okay with her wanting something different, honestly. Yep. She gets a very healthy dry food, and if she's just gonna eat a little bit less of, like, it's not that like she's eating bad food. Um, and she's a great weight. So like I can't be upset about that. She looks chunky, but when you pet her, it's fur. She's got so much fur. Um cuz it's funny when she lies down and you pet her, like you can feel her ribs, but you can't like feel her ribs, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like you feel them under her fur. Like there's not a layer of fat in between her fur and her ribs. But it's not like you can, like an emaciated, animal where you can like it's like a xylophone where you feel their ribs. Um but it's funny cuz like if you look at her overhead, like that weight chart, she would be like way chunky. But if you got her wet in water and all her fur is like slicked to her body, she'd be like a healthy weight. It's really funny. But that fur just like goes, it just poof. I too enjoy the less expensive things. I mean, yeah. Who doesn't love getting like French fries, you know? Luckily, luckily we didn't have diarrhea again. We had a good poop. So I'm hoping that we're past that. The same with the mid-length fur. Yeah. Um, it can also, unfortunately, hide if they're losing weight. So it's like important to know what your pet feels like under their fur. For instance, with Pipsqueak, we didn't realize he ended up having like a cancerous mass, my guinea pig, like under his chin. And it ended up like we didn't realize that it was like that's not a spot you typically are petting him. It was like when I was grooming him that I noticed it because normally you're petting them on the back. Um, and so because he had the long fur, you didn't really notice he was also losing weight until you felt him and you were like, huh. So 90% fluff. Wet looked like a wet rat. Yeah. I always freak out a little bit because I look at her when she like runs down the hall and I'm like, oh my God. Like, she literally looks like it doesn't look healthy. And then you pet her and you're like, oh. My Cooper was a pit bull. So bony in the summer, ate all day, active all day. Yep. Was I supposed, what was I doing here? Okay. Like, wait. Let me see. Come on. Like, here's a good, you can see what I mean though. Like, the floof just stands straight up. I know. I know. She's settled. Look, this was Artie that same day. Like, this was them. Toofs. I know. My God, I love these babies so much. Ugh. She's got a catnip toy. That's the loaf of bread I got from Joanne's. That says, I really loaf you. Yeah. I think so. Fingers crossed. Patch has been doing okay. He hasn't... Again, fingers crossed, knock on wood. He's had... Oh yeah, look at... This was her when we put the other food down. The pate. She was like, oh, this is the stuff I like. Thanks, Mom. And I'm like, you're such a brat. Thank you for getting my French fries. He hasn't been having accidents in the house, and that I think is partially because we keep him outside longer because we realize that... Oh, but here, look at her from the top. Look at how fat she looks. She looks massive. And then you see her lie down, and you're like, oh. This was... Oh. Wait, was this... Yeah, look at... This was the new food. What the hell is this? Where's my... Mom. I don't... Ick. This isn't... No, thank you. And then... None. This was the next food. I'm like, here, do you want this? And she's like, absolutely not. Like, look at her, like, she turns her back on it. I was like, oh my God. She literally said no. Actually. But yeah, you can see, like, here, where she's, like, lying down. Like, she's not that thick. It's just fur. She's got so much fur. Yeah, the way that she turned her back and was like, I don't see this. And that's the one that she ended up eating a little bit of and then had like the upset tummy. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, here we go. That's a great shot of how she actually is. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let's see if this helps. Yeah. She is long. Oh, that was a cute Pokemon card I got. She is so long. But when, just like all of us, when we sit, if we're not like, when we stand, our shape looks different than when we sit. And she is very long and very lean. But when she is sitting down or lying down, you look at her and you're like, large. Big girl. So yeah, Patch hasn't been having like the accidents inside the house. We've been, working on making sure he does all his business outside before he comes in. He does still have these little nuggets though sometimes. Like he stretches. He's been very gassy. Like it the amount of times that we've come in and looked for poop in the room that he's in because it smells like he has pooped himself and it's just farts. So he still has some tummy stuff going on, but it's not like it was. So we're just kind of like, okay, I'll take it. Um, mm-hmm. But yeah, the other night, oh my god, this was so funny. I didn't take a picture of it, but because there's no reason to. I don't know if you noticed on this camera, we typically our couch is covered normally. Normally our couch looks blue because we have like a fabric cover that goes over it. This is the leather couch that was left behind by the previous homeowners. We are leaving it as a leather couch right now because every now and again he gets a little poop nugget that pops out, and leather's a lot easier to clean. You just wipe it up. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't like it, but I do right now because it's a lot easier to clean than trying to clean the the fabric one. I have to wash it all the time and everything. It's just you take a wet wipe, you wipe the couch down, and it's good to go. But the other day, last night, I don't know if he was like stretching as he got off the couch, but there was a tiny little turd like right there on the couch. And I'm like, "Bro, did you like fart and like a little thing like what happened?" It was up so high. It was so weird. So weird. I'm like, "All right. I'll still take it though over him pooping himself, so we're having to clean up the floor." Let me go look at this Discord pic. Also, can we snooze ads? I didn't realize it was 6 o'clock. And I can't stay late today because I have the hot date. In fact, that hot date should start putting the kitties, like Artie's already in here, so maybe you can put Pippin back. Oh my gosh. Emily, Allison, sorry. Allison, that's so funny that's the theme right now, the banner. That's freaking great. Oh, Emily, you're grumper. You're a grumpy guy. Just a well grump. Oh, she looks like she's so soft, Petrichor. Like, I don't... like when the grass is a little long in like the spring or summer and it's like extra cushy? That's what it looks like her fur would feel like. I don't know if that's like a really weird thing to say, but it looks like it... Like... It's not a smooth coat, but it's not long like Pippin's, but it looks like it plush. It looks plush. Like it would squish a little. Full of dust. That's Maple. Maple was the dustiest boy. Always dusty. Listen, my hot date isn't even listening to my stream right now, so why am I going to bother wrapping up? Handprints in her too. Cutie. Hi.
Hi.
She's behind me.
Okay.
Well, he was the one who was all like, we gotta go after stream. And I get it. I appreciate it. Because he doesn't want to be out late because he knows that that's stressful for me. So I appreciate that he's like, let's go. Like, we've been to this ramen place before. It's really good. It's actually the last time that we went on a date in 2019, right before COVID hit, was to this place. Oh no, Emily. I hate that. How can they change that? How can they be like, we're in network? Just kidding. Like, I get if you change insurance, sometimes like that, you know, is whatever. It stinks. But like, if you the insurance change, if you didn't change insurance, it's freaking dumb. Oh my god, it's so annoying. And they don't take, oh, that's annoying. Yeah, full circle moment. It's nice because it's one of these, like, it's a sit-down restaurant, obviously, but it's not, like, a fancy place where, like, it's a long meal. Yeah, they're making one thing. They're making ramen. It's just the kind that you want. And it's, like, just one open room. And then, like, tables and booths and things like that. So that's nice. I'll take a picture. I'll post it in the Discord. Oh, no worries, Mia. Have a good night. I'm going to snooze these ads again because I'm just finishing this row. And then I am hopping off. All right. I snoozed them. Because I'm going to be hopping off here in a second. I just wanted to finish. I realized I did stuff with the wrong hook, so I'm just trying to see if they're going to look really disproportionate next to the other ones I've already made, Ryan. So I'm just finishing up what I was doing, and then James and I are going on a date. No worries, Scruffy. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. What kind of ramen do I get? Pork normally. Once you add the stuffing, it does. Maybe not. I don't. Honestly, this is one of those leave it overnight, come back to it. Don't make a decision now. It doesn't look majorly different. Yeah, sleep on it. Don't frog stuff now. Don't make the decision now. You'll just leave it here, come back to it. Look at it with, like, you know, fresh eyes, if you will. Stick some safety eyes in it. Because I think we might be okay. Like, you can see how different the rows are, though. Hold on. Like, let me line up. Stop it, camera. Like, you can see how the one on the left is smaller. There we go.
You did say she's in here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Just making sure those are her paws in my butt, but yeah. Literally, like, hold on. Hold on. Look at how she's been sitting this whole time. Hi. You comfy back there? I had like this much space in the front. That's a big yawn. I saw the cutest collar at Petco today when I went to do the return. The little bell on the collar was a ducky. Now, none of my cats are wearing collars, and also none of my cats' collars have bells because they hurt their ears, like their hearing. But a little ducky, a little rubber ducky. Hi, you came out? She's like, yeah, you ruined it. Hi. I love her. She's a cutie patootie. Give me this. All right, let me see who's online that we can go and raid. Don't go anywhere. Come with us on the raid. You'll get raid points and things. No shush ads. So I will be off this weekend. The fundraiser will still be open, so you are always welcome to donate even if I am offline. And any donations that are made, we will do the like the fun stuff when I'm back. Feel free to share it with friends and family and whatever. Don't girly pop. That's my hand. Please don't. She says, but I'm gonna. Anyway. I will share pictures in the Discord of the ramen that I get tonight. I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Let me get to my end button here. Thank you all for being here today. I appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you for the donations, getting us to $2,169.69. That's fabulous. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, friends. Remember to eat something tasty, to drink some water, to take any meds that you have to take, to be kind to yourself and other people. Remember you are loved, and I will see you all on Monday. I will post a stream schedule sometime over the weekend in Discord. So, yeah. Okay. Sounds good. I'll see you all soon. Goodbye. Okay, my raid's not, like, working. So, we're just gonna go see the chickens because I can... Wait, hold on. I don't know why... Okay, can this one work? Okay, let's go see raccoons. The Critter Vision video camera right now has a raccoon on it. No, I couldn't... It wasn't working right. Anyway, I don't know. Listen, it's Friday. Twitch is done. Twitch is clocking out for the week. Let's go see some raccoons. They're really cute. I'll see you all on Monday.